5:30 on the third Wednesday of each month. Salute to Service, sponsored by Pinnacle Bank and the Mike Costello Law Firm. The News Channel 6 mobile app is now even better. Download it today. The Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 5, the 100 deadly days of summer.
How law enforcement is working to keep the roadways safe as your News at 5 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery.
I'm Brad Means. We do thank you for joining us as coverage you can count on begins with summer ramping up and the start of the 100 deadliest days in Georgia. Local law enforcement getting ready for one of the busiest times of the year for travel.
Graham Lee is live at Bobby Jones Expressway now, and Graham, law enforcement says they can't stress enough the importance of following the rules of the road, especially this time of year.
Well, that's absolutely right, Brad and Jenny. So with the 100 deadliest days underway, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is joining other law enforcement agencies in our area to make sure they're keeping our roads safe and making sure you're staying safe behind the wheel.
So far in 2025, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office has responded to 17 deadly crashes. Captain Mike Lewis says 15 of those have happened in South Augusta.
Some of them have involved alcohol, some have involved people trying to run the traffic light, distracted driving. I mean, there's all kinds of things that have been going on.
That's why they're sending more patrol cars to that area in an effort to decrease the number of crashes. They're also working with Georgia State Patrol to make that area safer.
We're not particularly out looking to write citations. It's more of a warning to get people aware of this 100 days of the summer to try to get them to comply.
In Burt County, Major Brandon Reeves says they have seen a decrease in deadly crashes in recent years. He says partnering with Burt County schools has given them the chance to teach young drivers how to stay safe on the roads.
Your older drivers, it's pretty much a habit. But if we can basically ward off that bad behavior right from the beginning, our chances greatly increase on not having to have an encounter with them on the enforcement side of things.
It's also been more than a year since the Sheriff's Office installed speed zone cameras by Burt County High School. They say it could be another way to help young drivers stay safe this summer.
So I think it does, and I think people are realizing that those cameras are there. And so even though maybe after school is out, they still are, know that those cameras are there, and that they're wondering if they're still active, if they're not active, but they're slowing down anyways in that area.
So to make sure that you're staying safe on the roads, law enforcement is urging you to wear your seatbelt and do not drive if you are under the influence of alcohol. They're also encouraging parents to have a curfew for their teen drivers. And if they don't have a curfew, they want to make sure that their teen drivers are limiting the amount of passengers that they're bringing with them when they're operating a motorized vehicle. Live in Augusta, Graham Lee, WJBF, News Channel 6.
It is time now for our first check of the weather.
Here's Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Jenna?
Well, it's mostly dry right now, but we do have a couple counties under a severe thunderstorm watch, and that would be just for Johnson and Washington counties until 9 o'clock this evening. That's for the potential of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. You can see here on Live Viper 6 that we just have some light showers down in Emmanuel and Johnson County. All of that rain is over to the west of us. That's where we're seeing some stronger storms as well. But let's start out with a closer look at parts of our area. This is Modoc and Swainsboro, some light rain up towards Midville as well, and then some heavier downpours along I-16 outside of our viewing area. But as we look further off towards the west, once again, we do have this big batch of rain from Tennessee all the way down to the Gulf Coast. And the leading edge of that is producing some gusty winds, a lot of frequent lightning, and that heavy rain. So this is the line that we're watching. It's all part of a cold front passage. And you can see right now it is a very wet evening in Atlanta. This is I-85 on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. Poor visibility during this rush hour traffic time. Now, luckily for us, we're pretty much dry. And it's definitely a much cooler day by a whole 10 degrees in Augusta. We are seeing the effects of that wedge setup with that cold air getting trapped into parts of the CSRA, and that means some high temperatures are only topping off in the mid to upper 60s today. Augusta at 68, 65 in Aiken. We do have some places at 70 like Bamberg and Louisville. Millen, you're warmer at 75. 68 in Sparta, 71 in Waynesboro, and 73 in Wrightsville. Our dew points are higher in our southern counties in those lower 70s. That's where we have more instability and the possibility of some storms this evening. So there is that chance of rain and storms in the evening forecast through 9 p.m., dropping to 66 by the 9 o'clock hour. And looking ahead here, you can see the rain and storm chances continuing through Friday. And then as we go into the weekend, we'll finally dry out and go back to sunshine. I'll have a look at your 10-day forecast coming up shortly, but back to you, Jenny.
All right, Jenna, thanks. Big changes are coming to USC Aiken. The school's getting a major cyber training hub. Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Cabbage-Dog shows us what it means for students, soldiers, and South Carolina's future.
USC Aiken breaking ground on a new cyber integration center. It's going to be a massive 18-acre facility designed for training and education, not just for students, but for South Carolina National Guard soldiers too. The center costs $44 million, the Guard's largest project since World War II. It's a part of a $145 million cybersecurity upgrade in the region. It's been more than 10 years in the making.
After almost 2 years, it was actually 22 months of work that our delegation put into this, we were able to secure over $169 million for investments from the settlement.
The Cyber Integration Center will support defense training, research, and workforce growth. It'll be built next to the Advanced Manufacturing Collaborative.
This project promises to be a platform for human and technological advancement focused on education, workforce development, prototyping, and education.
More than 400 cybersecurity students will get hands-on training at the center's student-run Regional Security Operations Center, one of only a few in the nation.
RSOC provides cybersecurity protection services not only for the university, but to underserved partners such as school districts, nonprofits, and rural infrastructure.
Leaders want to train the next generation of cyber pros, keeping them in South Carolina.
My commitment to you is that we will continue to guide that, continue to send that message so that here in the U.S. we can cultivate, and really here in South Carolina, the best and brightest to go into AI and cybersecurity right here in our amazing institution.
Construction should wrap up in 2026 in Aiken. I'm Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Cabbage-Dog, WJBF News Channel 6.
Officers have made an arrest in a deadly shooting that happened at an Augusta apartment complex. They arrested 20-year-old Tyler Preston Friday and charged him with murder in the case. This happened last Thursday at the MacArthur Park Apartments, where investigators say two people were found with gunshot wounds. 28-year-old Cameron Mason died.
An arrest has been made in a deadly accident in Richmond County. Lauren Fortner is charged with homicide by vehicle. The accident happened on Mike Paget Highway back on May 7th. Investigators say Fortner crossed several lanes and hit another car. The driver of that car, Mark Pregall IV, was pronounced dead at the scene. Fortner has been arrested and released from the Richmond County Jail.
Well, big changes could be on the way for thousands of Augusta garbage customers, where a commission committee has approved a new trash service contract. It gives all the city business to one hauler, Coastal Waste and Recycling. Right now, Coastal and another company provide service to the city, and some commissioners say they're concerned the job is too big for just one hauler.
Augusta's a large city. We have over 200,000 residents, and I just have real concern about having one hauler, responsible for the entire city. We just got our services back on track to where folks weren't missing pickup. So I'm really concerned that we're going backwards on this one.
Under the new contract, people who want to recycle would have to make a separate agreement with the hauler at an additional monthly charge. All these new prices, by the way, are still under discussion.
A new law could change who's allowed to teach in South Carolina classrooms. In some cases, they may not be certified teachers. Caroline Yaffa explains why supporters think this could help with the teacher shortage.
South Carolina is starting a 5-year pilot program that would allow public schools to hire people who aren't certified teachers, making up to 10% of a school's teaching staff. To qualify, candidates must have a bachelor's or graduate degree and at least 5 years of work experience in the subject they'll be teaching. Supporters of the law, like Senator Greg Hembry, say this could help with teacher recruitment and retention, something he's been working on for several years. But not everyone is on board.
Then why bother going to school for an education degree if just anybody can walk in and be a teacher for 3 years with no alternative certification pathways? So that's what we're worried about.
I don't think it's going to mean thousands of teachers are going to enter the classroom from different walks of life. But you can be a math major but not an education major, and then decide you want to do a career change and try teaching.
The program is entirely optional. Individual schools have to get approval from superintendents before hiring any non-certified teachers. In Columbia, I'm Caroline Yaffa.
Coming up, a war of words between presidents.
What's leading to tension between President Trump and Vladimir Putin? Next.
It's game time.
Still ahead, abandoned ship in South Carolina.
While lawmakers are cracking down on boats left behind by their owners. After the forecast.
And widespread rain will move in tonight with the possibility of some strong to severe storms. And those rain chances stick around through Friday, but we'll be back to sunshine for the weekend. I'll have your full Viper 6 forecast right after this break.
Weather headlines on WJBF News Channel 6. Brought to you by Hickson Roofing. If your roof needs fixing, call Mr. Hickson. WJBF. Your most watched local news is getting a big plus.
WJBF 6 Plus, built for the way you watch.
The CSRA's trusted news source, now on demand.
Live Viper 6 weather when it matters most.
Stream it anytime, anywhere.
Plus, it's totally free. No subscription required.
WJBF 6 Plus is ready when you are. Download it free today on your favorite streaming device. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. We are mostly dry right now, but we do have that one isolated shower bringing some light rain to Emanuel County. And if you're in Emanuel County, you may be seeing the lightning in the distance, as we do have some storms along I-16 as well. But the majority of that rainfall is across the Atlanta metro from Tennessee all the way down to South Georgia. And along this leading line, we're not seeing any severe thunderstorm warnings at this time, but we do have some special weather statements there. So we're keeping a close eye on this. Once again, there in Swainsboro, we're seeing that light rain, but the heavy rain will soon be in some of our western counties. So we're talking Wilkes, Tolliver, Hancock County, all will be seeing that rain first. So it'll be moving towards Danielsville around 541, Eatonton around 527, Athens by 521. So this is moving off towards the east. Right now it is around Madison along I-20. Now our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam showing very dense cloud cover today, not an ounce of sunshine. The clouds are helping to keep our temperatures on the cooler side. We're only in the 60s, so we always say Memorial Day kicks off the start of summer, but it is not feeling like summer at all with these temperatures well below average. Winds out of the northeast pretty light at just 8 miles per hour. We do have some warmer spots in our southern line counties. 80s in Sylvania, 70 in Bamberg, 77 in Swainsboro, but our coolest spots are north of I-20, 63 from McCormick over to Washington. So the reason why is this wedge setup. So you can see we have the cold front to our west. That's where the rain and storms are ahead of it. But we also have this warm front just to the north. So to the south of that warm front, that's where we're seeing the warmer temperatures. But notice how it sort of takes a dip here. That's because we have high pressure bringing in that northeast wind, and that northeast wind is trapping in some of the cooler air on the east side of the Appalachian Mountain Range. Now for the rest of our evening, we do have that higher instability in our southwestern counties. That's where there's a slight risk of severe weather for hail and damaging wind gusts. It's a marginal for Wednesday and then a marginal for Thursday, and we already have indications that will likely be in at least a marginal risk of severe weather for Friday as well. So those rain chances go down a bit tomorrow, but back up to 60% for our Thursday and Friday. So let's take a look at our future cast now. You can see that warm front moves to our north. Cold front comes in from the west. Widespread rain expected tonight starting around 8 o'clock, lasting into the overnight hours. But most of our Wednesday looks dry. There's 6 o'clock in the evening. More rain and storms out to the west of us, though. And Thursday is looking pretty wet, as we'll have another low pressure system move in. So same sort of deal here. Warm front's going to our north. Cold front will be to our west. And then once that cold front clears, we'll finally dry out over the weekend. But here's a closer look at home tonight at 7 p.m. Light rain moves into Wilkes, Tolliver County, and then by 10 o'clock we have this line of some heavier rain coming in, but a lot of this will be weakening as it pushes through the CSRA. Really not looking bad around midnight, so I wouldn't worry about any severe weather overnight. This is just going to be some scattered rain as we go into early Wednesday morning, and that rain will last until around 10 a.m., and then the rest of your Wednesday looks dry. Now, once we get through Friday, we could be talking 2 to even 3.5 more inches of rain. Those higher totals will be south of Richmond County, but like I mentioned, we're drying out just in time for the weekend, and we'll be back to sunshine. Your Wednesday forecast looks like this: low 60s in the morning, mid 80s in the afternoon, so we are warming up tomorrow. All of us in the 80s. Lows tonight will be chilly in some spots in the upper 50s, but you can see we're back to near average tomorrow afternoon. And that 10-day forecast is showing the rain chances over the next 3 days. No rain Saturday through next Tuesday, but then some slight rain chances by the middle to end of next week, with highs back into the upper 80s.
All right, thanks a lot, Jenna. Abandoned boats are becoming a problem, especially along the coast in South Carolina, and lawmakers are taking notice. Experts say abandoned boats can be an obstacle for other vessels. They pollute the water. Lawmakers say 3 bills are currently in the State House to address the problem.
Senator Campson's bill, which was just passed, gives DNR and law enforcement the teeth that they need to be able to start going after these derelict boats. My bill that I proposed, which is still sitting in committee, would be a mechanism to stop the vessels from coming in. It would require marine recovery insurance for vessels on the water at anchor in Charleston for more than 2 weeks. And then there's a third component, which is a funding mechanism.
Lawmakers say they're working to get those 3 bills passed as soon as they can.
Up next, dashing for dairy.
Yes, the annual cheese rolling championship after the break.
Let's find only on News Channel 6. The CSRA is full of amazing women. Women who inspire. Women who innovate. Women who lead. That's why News Channel 6 brings you Women to Watch.
On the last Wednesday of each month, News Channel 6 recognizes local businesswomen who are making a positive impact in our community.
Nominate someone today at WJBF.com. Sponsored by Goodwill.
What's for dinner? Fresh for everyone.
Across the pond now to Gloucester, England, where fans are known for their passion for soccer.
But it's an annual race that captures the attention of people all over the world, as Danny New reports.
Once again on Monday, this 200-yard, roughly 200-year-old race saw people from all over the world come risk their vertebrae for glory and cheese. As thousands traveled to Gloucester, England to watch the famous tumble down Cooper's Hill. But did it feel like there were more people this year? Did it feel more crowded?
100%. It looked like a music festival.
You may recognize Abby Lampe here from our story last year.
And I just risked limb and body, and I ended up with the cheese.
The North Carolinian won the race for the second time in 2024, taking home the ceremonial 7-pound wheel of double Gloucester cheese. How was the cheese?
It's a very pungent cheese. You need to pair it with things.
This year, Abby took second place in the women's race to a 20-year-old from London named Ava, who, by the way, told a reporter afterward she doesn't even like cheese. Meanwhile, there were a few men's races, one of which was won by a Superman who may have been flying even higher than the one in the comics. His name is Luke, and he told the BBC he won in honor of his father, who took first place in the race a few times himself. Of course, we should mention this competition is dangerous, as Abby proved to be just before her flight home.
Like, one's on my shoulder, and like...
Wait, I can see it. Oh my gosh, Abby.
Yeah, it kind of hurts when I put my hair over there.
But is that going to stop her from returning next year to try and reclaim the world's most pungent trophy?
Yeah, I want to win.
So you may have noticed some of the winners were actually able to run a little bit down the hill, which is not normal. Apparently there was a bit of a dry spell this year in England, so the ground was firmer than usual. Personally, even if I was Britain's own Kate Bush, I still would not be running down that hill. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Dana New. Well, that is it for us for this half hour. A lot more coverage you can count on at 5:30, though.
Including new guidelines on who should get the COVID vaccine, what the new rules could mean for you. Next.
In a split second, I looked down at my device and my world changed drastically. Now I want people to know the real outcomes of distracted driving. Please don't drive distracted. It's a second you wish you could have back.
A message from the Georgia Department of Transportation.
How we disagree is what matters. Only on News Nation.
If one of these bad boys crashes into you, their insurance company is going to try to settle with you quickly, but for a lot less. I'm attorney Ken Nugent, and this is my outstanding team.
Hi.
We're known for moving pretty quickly ourselves. Getting your money fast is crucial for your recovery, so we go for the maximum settlement possible. Faster. How fast, you ask? One call, that's all.
Call Ken.com.
It's payback time.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go here, surf's up, here, woo, and here.
Lease a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $349 a month for 36 months plus $500 bonus lease cash. That's just $349 a month on the Toyota Tacoma.
Your summer starts here and just keeps on going.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, your wife is hot. Yeah, she is. No, not like that, dummy. I mean, she's literally sweating because your AC is on life support. And if you don't call Cool Ray Mechanical soon, things are going to get uncomfortable. We'll have your AC up and running fast, so the only heat you'll feel is the good kind. Cool Ray Mechanical, your Ring Pro partner, has been keeping homes cool, wives comfortable, and marriages intact since 2006.
Hello? You gotta get your story straight. What an idiot. Get it through your noodle. Don't give a rat's behind. That's below. And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
Weekdays at 3 on News Channel 6. The live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us on News Channel 6 at 5:30. Topping today's headlines, it's the start of the 100 deadliest days in Georgia. Local law enforcement is getting ready for one of the busiest times of the year for travel. More patrol cars will be on the road to enforce traffic laws. Big changes are coming to USC Aiken. The school is getting a major cyber training hub. The Cyber Integration Center will be an 18-acre facility designed for training and education, not just for students, but for South Carolina National Guard as well. We'll have these headlines and more at 6, but first, coverage you can count on continues with the Trump administration. Georgia Power is rolling out resources to help residents save money on your utility bills this summer. The EASE program, or the Energy Assistance for Savings Efficiency, will provide free home upgrades, including LED light bulbs, securing your heating and cooling systems, and insulating your attic. Georgia Power says these changes can help you use less energy, which could lower your monthly bills. Now, if your household income is 200% or less than the federal poverty guidelines, you could qualify.
The My Power Usage tool is a tool that helps customers kind of manage their energy usage. You can get alerts throughout the day that kind of helps you manage your usage. So, for example, if you use more power at night, it kind of tells you how many kilowatts you kind of use throughout the day. So that way you have more control over your power usage. You can even set alerts that tell you what days you use more power compared to others.
Other ways to save energy include turning off the lights when you are not using them, closing windows with curtains or blinds, and changing your air filter once a month. Well, time now for a first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. And this is one of those days where you definitely did not need the air conditioner because the temperatures were low, but you needed the sunlight outside because, yeah, we haven't seen a lot of sunlight.
No, it's not the prettiest first week of summer, as we call it. You know, after Memorial Day, you're usually thinking summertime vibes, sunshine, warmth. That's not the case today. It's very gloomy outside, and we actually have a couple counties under a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 o'clock this evening. That would be Washington and Johnson counties, and that's for the possibility of some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and small hail. Now, right now on Live Viper 6, most of us are dry. We just have some light showers over Emmanuel County, and looking at the bottom of our screen here, look at all of those lightning strikes, and then back towards the west, Athens, Commerce, Madison, all seeing that leading edge of a cold front push through the area now. But let's start out down towards Swainsboro. That's where we're seeing the light showers, also up near Modoc, Highway 56. Along I-16, we have some of those heavier showers. And then back towards the west, this is an area that'll be moving into Wilkes County down to Hancock within the next 30 minutes. So this part of the showers and storms.
Now for a first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. And this is one of those days where you definitely did not need the air conditioner because the temperatures were low, but you needed the sunlight outside because, yeah, we haven't seen a lot of sunlight.
No, it's not the prettiest first week of summer, as we call it. You know, after Memorial Day, you're usually thinking summertime vibes, sunshine, warmth. That's not the case today. It's very gloomy outside, and we actually have a couple counties under a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 o'clock this evening. That would be Washington and Johnson counties, and that's for the possibility of some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and small hail. Now, right now on Live Viper 6, most of us are dry. We just have some light showers over Emmanuel County, and looking at the bottom of our screen here, look at all of those lightning strikes, and then back towards the west, Athens, Commerce, Madison, all seeing that leading edge of a cold front push through the area now. But let's start out down towards Swainsboro. That's where we're seeing the light showers, also up near Modoc, Highway 56. Along I-16, we have some of those heavier showers. And then back towards the west, this is an area that'll be moving into Wilkes County down to Hancock within the next 30 minutes. So this part of the showers and storms will be moving in shortly. The storms south of Macon will take a little bit longer, but the storms that'll be moving into our northern counties are not really expected to become severe. So we have that more stable air with the cloud cover anywhere from around Richmond County to the north, and you can definitely see the cloud cover here in Atlanta, the rain coming down on our Terry Limborough Hyundai Skyview cam. Temperatures are cooler today than yesterday by quite a bit. Some of us only topping off in the 60s today. 68 now in Augusta, 65 in Aiken, other places in the 70s. We do have those higher dew points down towards the south as well. So once again, that's where there's more instability, but the entire CSRA has the chance of showers and storms through 9 o'clock tonight. And looking ahead, we'll continue to see those rain chances through Friday. Now, when will the rain end? I'll have the answer coming up shortly, but back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you in a few minutes. An investigation is underway in Burton, South Carolina. A food delivery to a home led to a shooting. Danielle Cobb has... An investigation is underway in Burton, South Carolina. A food delivery to a home led to a shooting. Danielle Cobb has more.
Neighbors tell me this is normally a quiet, dead-end street, but that silence was broken by gunfire last night. And the folks here say it all started with a food delivery driver. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office received a call yesterday evening around 6:30 about a male suffering from a gunshot wound. It happened in the Inwood Estates neighborhood in Burton. They confirmed that the male was conscious and alert upon arrival and transported to a nearby hospital. But neighbors are still confused about what exactly happened that led to gunfire. What one resident does know is that his family's food was delivered on their doorstep. Moments later, gunshots were heard ringing through the neighborhood, and then sheriffs were knocking at his door.
None of us really had no idea what was going on or what had happened. And then, yeah, that's when, like I said, they told us, and it was like, wow, okay, kind of a disbelief moment. So still kind of trying to process it, because it was, you know, one of those scenarios you don't think it'll happen to you or near you. And then, you know, all of a sudden it's like, oh, there it is. So strange.
I talked with the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office about the incident, but they said they have handed the case over to SLED because of multiple conflicts of interest in the department. Danielle Cobb.
A major development in the manhunt for several prisoners. Starting today, Southwest Airlines will start charging $35 for a checked bag for tickets purchased rather. A second bag will cost $45. And for years, the airline was known for its slogan, "Bags Fly Free." Well, flyers with elite frequent flyer status or people who buy a more expensive ticket will still be able to check a bag for free. But if you book a flight today, the airline will honor their old policy and you'll still get free checked bags, but you have to book it today. Coming up, a car dealership goes viral and a deep dive into the American Music Awards. It's new and it's trending. Up next.
And we do have that threat of severe weather today, especially in our southwestern counties. And I'm still seeing threats of severe weather all the way through Friday. I'll break down the details after what's trending.
Tonight and tomorrow. Wow, that's surprising about Taylor Swift because, I mean, usually she really walks out big with at the award shows. Well, I mean, she has won a lot, so Taylor's probably not even concerned about it. All right, well, congratulations, everything and everybody. We're concerned definitely about the weather because we have more rain, it looks like, on the way. Jenna has your full forecast right after this break. Stay tuned.
Everyday, ordinary people in the CSRA do extraordinary things to serve our community. Each month, News Channel 6 recognizes these outstanding volunteers with the Giving Your Best Award. Do you know an everyday hero who goes the extra mile to help others? Nominate them for the Giving Your Best Award by visiting WJBF.com and filling out the entry form.
Sponsored by Science Co., Piedmont Augusta, Security Federal Bank, and News Channel 6.
Everyone.
The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us on this Tuesday evening. The CSRA is mostly dry right now with scattered showers and storms along the coastline, and then another big batch of rain and storms to our west. This is impacting the western half of Georgia, but it is moving into our direction. And notice we even have this cluster of showers and storms in our southeastern counties, or southwestern counties, that is, with a couple special weather statements here. So there's more instability south of Richmond County. That's where we're watching for strong to severe storm potential. But as we look here closely at the CSRA, we're still mostly dry, just some of that light shower activity in Swainsboro, but the rain and storm activity is knocking on our door. You can see the time frames here expected as this is moving off towards the east at around 35 miles per hour. Washington will see the rain around 6:36. Seneca around 6:29. Crawfordville at 6:19. So this is about to move into Wilkes down to Hancock County. Now our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam showing that light rain coming down here with the very overcast skies in Swainsboro. You can even tell where the storms are based off that gradient where the sky gets a bit darker off towards the southeast. Now 68 degrees outside right now. It's a cooler day with a northeast breeze of 8 miles per hour. You can tell where there's the more unstable air with higher temperatures in those mid to upper 70s and even 82 degrees in Sylvania, but nearly a 20-degree difference off to the northeast. 64 in Saluda, 62 in McCormick. The reason for the cooler weather today is the wedge setup. So notice that high pressure to our northeast. That's driving in the cooler air and it's getting trapped here in the CSRA as that warm front is across the area. Now back to the west, we have a cold front, and that's where the shower and storm activity is ahead of it. So we do have that slight risk of severe weather the rest of today for our southwestern counties. Tomorrow it becomes a marginal risk for the entire area and a marginal risk just for our southern counties on Thursday. And I'm expecting at least a marginal risk on Friday as those rain chances continue at 60%. We've had so much rain for the month of May, double the normal amount we typically see. Now here's our futurecast tonight. Warm front continues the lift towards the north. Cold front comes in from the west. Scattered showers and storms will continue through early Wednesday morning. Now, I am expecting that threat of severe weather to end by around midnight, so you don't have to go to bed worried about any strong to severe storms, especially if you're north of I-20. Now, we'll have this stalled front across the area on Thursday, keeping some rain chances present, and then we'll have another low-pressure system move in Thursday night into Friday, and once this cold front moves in on Friday evening, we'll have high pressure take over behind it, making for a nice weekend. Here's a closer look at home tonight at 7 p.m. Futurecast is a little bit behind here, so we'll definitely be seeing rain in our western counties at that point. This will be a little further to the east by 10 p.m., so you can tell by the time we get to midnight, this definitely weekends. We're mostly just seeing light rain and then some scattered showers and very weak storms possible overnight into Wednesday morning, but really not looking too bad. And then once we get past, say, around 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, the rest of your Wednesday is looking dry. Through Friday, though, we could be talking 2 to even 3.5 more inches of rain. Those higher amounts south of Richmond County. Your weekend looks good, though. We're back to sunshine and dry weather. Here's your Wednesday planner. Low 60s in the morning, mostly cloudy, and it will be a warmer day with highs in the middle 80s. That 10-day forecast is showing low to upper 80s over the next 10 days and a stretch of dry weather from Saturday through next Tuesday. Now back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks a lot. Coming up, new popcorn buckets for the upcoming Jurassic World movie.
To get the weather, you need to see the whole picture. That's why Live Viper 6 gives you the Skyview network. Get a live view of traffic and weather from all over the CSRA. Available online 24 hours a day at WJBF.com and the free Live Viper 6 mobile app. The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview network, powered by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Is rainy weather putting a damper on your day? Enter to win your very own Live Viper 6 umbrella today. Visit WJBF.com and click on Contests. Then fill out the entry form for your chance to win.
Getting your hands on a Live Viper 6 umbrella has never been easier.
That's right. Lucky winners will be announced weekdays on News Channel 6 at 6.
Who knows? It could be you.
Sponsored by Busby's Heating and Air. When quality matters, call Busby's. Trusted since 1945.
Hi, I'm Richard Lawson, and we're celebrating Black Excellence.
Celebrating Black Excellence 365, only on News Channel 6.
Regal Cinemas and Cinemark release how their popcorn buckets for Jurassic World Rebirth's release is going. Regal Cinemas unveiled the Incubator dual container on its X account. Meanwhile, Cinemark showed off its massive dinosaur head popcorn bucket of everyone's favorite T-Rex. Those are really cool. They say it's $30 and comes with an extra large popcorn. Regal has yet to release the price for its popcorn bucket. Jurassic World Rebirth will hit theaters July 2nd. Lots of popcorn and lots of adventure. That's all the time we have for this half hour. We'll have more coverage you can count on coming up next at 6, including the latest on Augusta leaders' discussion about trash, the new contract, and what it means for you. Up next with Brad and Jenny. Stay tuned.
On WJBF News Channel 6, brought to you by Hickson Roofing. If your roof needs fixing, call Mr. Hickson.
All right.